I was scammed of my life savings, so I want to share this story so no one falls for it. Let's make this very low budget concoction rice together while I share a story from one of my followers. I worked as a sales rep for a processed food production company for 3 years. I hated my job. It was very stressful. So after like 3 months of working, I started saving 30% of my salary so I could open a nail tech shop because I know how to make nails very well, but I was doing it on the side. 3 years I saved and I was ready to stop working, but I decided to work for an extra 2 months before I stopped. I gathered about 1,080,000 naira. One fateful morning, I was on my way to work and I met these two ladies. One was holding a big bag. They both looked like foreigners. They walked up to me and said they needed my help. They are foreigners and they actually stranded. Said they had a way to make money, like literal real money, and since they have nowhere to stay, they had no place to stay and make the money. I told them I was heading to work and I don't have the time, but they begged me to give them a chance to show me what they can really do. So I gave them my number and told them to call me once it was 4 p.m. because I was actually going to direct them to my house. So immediately it was 4 p.m. They called me and I directed them to my place. When they arrived, they asked me to go buy an A4 paper in a pack that they were broke and couldn't buy it. I didn't want to do it, but I just decided to go and buy it. And when I did, they asked if I have an original naira note. I gave them a 500 naira note and they started carving the A4 paper in the same shape with the 500 naira note. They carved over 50 pieces and then they proceed to take out a small bottle from their bag, like a 1-liter bottle, and put all the carved paper in a bucket, pour the liquid into the bucket, and when it was all soaked, they brought it out and spread each paper on the floor separately to dry. And I had to on my fan so they dry, and right in front of my eyes, those paper gradually turned into 1,000 naira notes. I was in so much shock, like they looked so real, though they were not very straight, but if it's used at night, nobody would know. So when it was done, they gave all the money to me. I was so happy. We three went out that night to eat and we spent all that money. I bought some few food stuff I was lacking, and for 3 days they stayed with me and spent every single one of that money. They told me there was still more liquid and we will make millions. I stopped going to work instantly, and what we did was we spent every single money far away from where I live. So for like a week, this lady stayed with me and no one talked about making more money. So I asked them if we were not gonna make more. That was when they told me that the more liquid that they have is actually in their country, Benin Republic. Custom actually seized their goods and they needed 2 million naira to clear it. They have about more than 2,000 liters of this. They asked me if I could afford such money, and I told them I only have 1,080,000 naira and I have been saving that money for a long time. One then told me that I could clear 500 liters first with that money and we can print over 50 million naira with it. All we gotta do is buy more fans so the money can be drying fast. They also asked me to give them 800,000 to one of them to go get the liquid while I stay with the other, and we go buy some fans and many A4 papers, even scissors, so we cut the papers and be ready before the second lady comes back. I gave 800,000 to the other lady in cash. They asked me to go withdraw it because it's in cash they will pay for the liquid. I believed them and I went ahead to give them the money. I and the second lady, we went to the market. We got 2 very big standing fans. We got a small tiger generator so we don't depend on lights, and we got boxes of A4 papers. The other lady I gave 800k left since around 6 a.m. in the morning and she wasn't back until around 9 p.m. in the night. I asked the other lady and she said she spoke to her and they said there are a few delays, but she will be back with 20 liters in the morning. And I was chill. We went to bed that night, and when I woke up in the morning, the other lady was gone. She was nowhere to be found. I called all their numbers and it was off. I told myself maybe they will come back, but it's been 2 months and they never came back. No trace of them anywhere. Long story short, I am depressed. I was scammed of all my life savings, money I saved for years. I blame myself a lot and I believe anyone can fall for it. It was so real. I saw the money change in front of me. 3 years savings.